Small talk.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all. My name is Sean, and I'm joined by my normal panel of Chris Vintage, the Oxfather, and Dean the Dream. Guys, how was y'all's holiday?
It's a holiday? No kidding. Yeah, it was good.
Wow.
It was very relaxed. It was nice.
Yeah, it was not too bad.
I spent our Lord's birth celebrating the Star Wars as God intended.
Please tell me you lit candles with
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan
then,
Kenobi's
right?
face on it.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of that going on. I forgot what day it was, except for all these restaurants around the convention center were closed on Monday, and couldn't figure it out for a solid 10 minutes.
They celebrate Easter on Monday in England?
Easter Monday is a real big deal in England.
Yeah,
They,
Dingus Day.
Oh, wow.
Dingus Day.
I sent it in the Patreon chat. That's the thing.
I didn't read that. Are you kidding me? I thought that was going to give my phone
Dean-
a virus or something.
Dean, give us a description.
Oh, I have to pull it up, but hold on.
Here we go.
Well, I spent the Easter holiday with my in-laws over at their house, Bridge City, Texas, about 15 minutes away from the Louisiana border, and it was definitely interesting. I thought it was real cool that I'd go run after my niece because she got me with a confetti egg, and the confetti fell on my drink, and I went to go run after her after it was raining. So I'm running, and I run off this little patio area, and then as soon as I step off of that, I slip and I hit the ground hard. My back just went like thud, right? And then soon after my back hit, my head hit the floor, and I have had just like a crazy headache. Well, not a crazy headache, but my
Motherfucker,
head's
you had a
been hurting.
concussion, bro.
Well, no. You know what's funny enough is my sister-in-law is a former dance instructor, so we've gone through all that, and we check for concussion protocol and all that, and so far I'm all right. But damn, man, I am.
What does being a dance instructor have
sore.
to do with that?
Well, you have to go through concussion protocols and all the athletic stuff, you
Like
know,
a dance trainer?
to be certified
Yeah, Zach.
and all that kind of stuff, man.
Kids whack their heads together, and they have to decide if they're calling.
Didn't you go to school for that?
I can't
Yeah,
do
is that what you do
concussion
for a
protocol
living?
on myself.
Yeah, but you could walk someone through what to do with it. If you can't remember, you probably had a
Oh, yeah.
concussion, bro.
Yeah, if you can't walk somebody through it, you're going to the hospital.
Damn, bro.
Okay, I have
But,
the
Sean
website
has
up.
CTE, bro.
Jeez.
Gonna get all angry at me later.
Smigus Dingus Day is a Roman Catholic celebration held on Easter Monday across Central Europe and small parts of Eastern and Southern Europe. It's a Polish holiday to celebrate the end of Lent. So it was a thing.
real?
Yeah, that's a real thing. Look it up.
What a weird choice to have celebration on Easter Sunday. Who's the idiot that thought of that?
Well, it was just weird because I'm talking restaurants beside the convention center are all closed when there's thousands of nerds trying to get dinner.
A huge convention going on. Star Wars fans don't need to eat. They just open up the little canister and eat the little cracker that comes out of it.
How
You know?
dare you?
It's like a long breakfast sausage. The one Yoda takes. That always looks so good to me. I kind of want that.
I got a long breakfast sausage that you can taste.
Dude,
Dean.
fucking bring it on.
God.
I'll put it in your little steel box.
MRE.
Judge me by my size, do you, Dean?
Oh my god.
That's a pretty
Oh,
good joke,
man.
dude. That was a good one.
Well, we got a good show planned for you guys today. Not a ton of news, but a ton of Star Wars news.
Sean must have really hit his head hard. Still trying to connect those two things together. Sean got up like Looney Tunes. He saw the birds and
Oh,
everything.
for real, man.
Bro, and Equan's
Man,
a
Wile E.
doctor,
Coyote
so
over here.
He's
He
a
might know
real learned doctor.
Yeah, he might know what he's talking about.
He might not be a dance instructor, but he can diagnose you with CTE.
But lots of Star Wars news and a couple good discussion topics today. But let's check in with the chat. So we got Toy Mafia, King Dingaling, Alvin J with the request. We'll get there in a minute. KJ Smith Equan, thanks for the comment. And Philip the Fool right now. So thanks for joining us, guys. I want to jump straight into the what we got new this week. And oh man, I had quite a haul. So the first thing I got was the new Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. This thing is fucking awesome. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it, but I've definitely decided to keep it. Lots of fun messing with it. My only little gripe is that the left leg is a little loose, which is kind of new for me with SH Figure Arts. I never had that happen to me. So but it's lots of fun, really fun to pose. And then I almost completed the entire Guardians of the Galaxy wave for Volume 3. Thanks to Jason Nelson here in San Antonio. And then
Hey, what a guy.
yeah, and then on Easter Monday, a holiday that we had, me and my son were toy hunting, and we went out to some Targets and stuff, and I asked them if they'd check the back for most of these figures, and that's how I came away with those. So real excited about that. And then there is Cosmo, almost done with him. I'm just waiting on Nebula and Kraglin, and I'm picking those up from Rainer from his shop when he gets them in. So appreciate Rainer for helping me find these. And then got the Yondu, the comic Yondu. So I'm really excited about him now. I need to go find Vance Astro, which was a release maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, or I think it came with that original Guardians of the Galaxy wave, but he's a lot of fun. When we were at my in-laws' house, we went to Ross and we found a putty patroller for $7. So I had to pick him up to add another putty. And then we talked about this on unboxing this week, but I got that the Iron Studios Zordon, and he's replacing the other Lightning Collection Zordon that you see back here in the corner.
Very nice.
He is awesome. Really glad to have him in my Power Rangers display. And then vintage. This one's yours, right?
Yeah, I found the Black Series in quotation marks Indiana Jones, and I couldn't resist but put him on a speeder bike, and I think he's pretty glorious. I do not expect I'll get any of the other figures in this line, and I don't expect this line to last very long, but it is cool to have a sort of Black Series Indiana Jones. Yeah, so this thing is something I picked up at Celebration. It's not a figure, but I wanted to share it because once in a while you just get a vintage item for the preposterous cover art, and this is actually a sticker album from Spain that came out around the time of Jedi, and the cover is just nuts on this thing, and that's why I bought it. Because have you ever paid a couple $100 for a sticker album? It's crazy behavior, but this kid like savagely put in like every one of like a couple hundred stickers here painstakingly. But I bought it for the cover just because this is totally unique art that you don't see on anything else that came out for Return of the Jedi. And I mean, look at Jabba on that cover. It's great.
This is badass, dude. It's, I guess, Spanish.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff from the original Jedi era that came out in Spain with like tons of unique art from Spanish artists. Like the Spanish version of the #1 Star Wars Marvel comic is like shocking beyond belief. It looks like a metal album cover. It's like a flaming skull.
I thought maybe this is Italian, but
yeah,
it's cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just like the art's crazy. Like you don't see that picture anywhere else. So
these are all little stickers?
Dude, it's like 20 pages like that, and whatever kid had this got them all from like card packs.
They're so like well placed. You would think they'd be like all crooked and shit.
It defies credulity. Like I was gonna take like 10 pictures of pages just because it doesn't even make sense. But like it's 40 years old. It's got all the stickers in, and the cover is just nuts. So I might kind of want to frame it because the cover is so good, but then you wouldn't be able to see the painstaking work on the interior.
Bro, Dean, that picture you posted in the Patreon chat was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen.
I saw you laughing. It was making me laugh, but I was trying to like stay on top.
I never realized how fucking terrible that looks.
Yeah, it looks like a breakfast sausage. Like in your mind.
That's so funny.
It's like
I thought you
Chewbacca's
were.
dick. Why does it look like that?
I thought I was getting
my
roasted for buying a sticker book, but
No.
No, that
at
was
all.
legitimately amazing. I was like,
all right.
they're so like evenly spaced and like not crooked.
Yeah.
Like
Kid had OCD.
we were laughing, but I was legitimately impressed.
Well, I mean, it is funny to spend a couple $100 on a sticker book, but
Hey,
yeah,
Hey,
it's celebration. You know, there's people hawking all kinds of weird old.
dude,
things.
especially for how old that is, that's crazy. So, I mean, in another decade, who knows? You know,
Yeah.
or 4 decades.
Zach, Dean, did you get anything in?
I did. I got the retro Carnage and Black Suit Spider-Man, and kind of a terrible experience. I actually haven't even opened the Carnage yet. The Spider-Man has like all this weird flashing in the joints, and some of the joints were stuck, and it took me a while to get them loose. Tying at the Patreon chat, and I was really disappointed. So I called HasLab, and they were like, "Well, if you opened it, we can't help you. We can only help you if you like inspect it in the packaging." And I'm like, "Well, one, it's a window box package, so it's a windowless package, so it's literally not possible for me to have seen this without opening it. And two, the problem that I have, even if it was like a windowed package, like I wouldn't be able to tell that the joints are stuck." And so the guy was like, "Well, you have to call consumer services." I called consumer services. They're like, "Yeah, we've had a lot of reports of this happening. We need to send it back so we can send it to the quality control team." And I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, I'd really just want to send it back, get my money back so I can buy it again. Like, I don't want to wait to send it, and then you guys have to inspect it and then decide if I'm going to get a new one. And they couldn't guarantee me I was going to get the same thing back. They're like, "You likely will because we have a lot of stock, but you may just end up getting your money back." And so while I'm on the phone with this lady trying to like plead my case, the supervisor for the first guy that I spoke with emailed me and just refunded me. He's like, "Hey, sorry that you had to deal with this. Understand what you're saying. Disregard my previous colleague and the recommendation to call the global team." And they never asked for the figure back. So I'm probably going to order another one. But also I'm like, it's not a great figure, so I don't know if I even really need it. I thought it was going to be a direct, basically just a repaint of the first one, but the hands that they used are a lot smaller and they look a lot less heroic. And so posing it, I was like, they just look weird, like next to each other. And I couldn't put my finger on it until I went to Reddit, and someone's like, "Why is this different?" And they posted a few differences between the figures. And yeah, I think, I don't know, not a great purchase, but shout out to Hasbro supervisors for the customer service, because I was getting real frustrated.
Nice. So just go straight to the supervisor. What you're saying?
Well, I asked the guy, and he's like, I can't connect you because I'm a remote employee. And I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That was weird.
And then I got the NECA War Duke from D&D. This thing's fucking badass.
Nice.
It's fucking huge. The shield, though, if you put it in his hand correctly, the skull would be upside down. So I have it flipped around inside, so he doesn't really technically hold it. It's just like the strap is around his wrist instead of like holding the bracket. But I mean, I guess that's just like a design thing, but it looks better if the skull's up, facing upward on the shield. And then I got this on AmiAmi for $11. It's a Figma Saber from Fate Stay, or Fate Zero rather. It's Arturia Pendragon, so King Arthur of Legends, if she was secretly a woman. And she's fucking badass in the show. If you've ever seen it, it's an anime. Fate Stay Night, or Fate Zero, or Fate Grand Order. There's a bunch, but yeah, it's fucking sweet. It was only $11. I took a gamble, and it's pretty good.
Nice.
Nice. One little housekeeping thing we need to mention today is Eric Rodriguez. Please reach out to Zach about winning the holiday giveaway. We'll shout it out
Yeah.
one more time towards the end, but please message him as quick as possible.
Yeah, you got until Sunday. We were gonna call it this week, but I think we'll give you a few extra days. If we don't hear from you, we'll figure out something else. I don't know. We'll do some future giveaway or something. But yeah, definitely email me zack@collectingweekly.com.
All right. Well, probably the most exciting thing that's happened since Small Talk is Celebration. And Chris, you went there, so you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so it's my third one consecutively, and I went to Chicago, Anaheim in this one in order, and I was getting a little bit of deja vu seeing this Fat Bib Fortuna because I saw him on display at the last one, and I still haven't got the one I ordered yet. But that's cool. But the Hasbro booth was actually pretty impressive. They had a lot of sort of diorama setups and like big cases with like everything from like the last year, and you got to look at Malik, which I didn't feel like I saw any in-hand images. I think they had Bastila there too. Yep. And
those
Malik looks good. I don't know, Bastila.
Bastila
right.
looks awful in the face, but also where's all the paint detail on these guys?
Yeah.
It's so bad, and they're asking like $30 for these fucking things.
Yeah,
It's pretty disappointing.
There's me and Darth Jar Jar. That was
Hell yeah.
Yeah. A buddy posted that on Reddit, and it's doing all right over there. But yeah, so I had a good time. I don't know. I mostly go to like see weird stuff, right? And yeah, I guess this picture you're on, I like buying the exclusive celebration art. Like, every year they do a celebration. There's like a bunch of prints that are like convention exclusive, right? And this guy was not one of them. I don't know if you have the wider shot of the booth in there, Sean, but if not, that's all right. But basically, yeah. So this is this booth, Jason Palmer. He did this big banner that you can see at the top there that I'm pretty sure was like printed like 50 feet wide at the last celebration, and he had these sort of tall character banners here, and they. According to his assistant, they were one of one printed for the show, and so I couldn't resist picking up the Cara Dune one simply because it was probably the only item in the whole place that had Celebration 2023 Europe written on it with a big logo and Cara Dune. So I thought it was funny, and I thought it was probably an oversight that it even existed. So I picked that up. From this guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Then, so is this like just like a big convention center, or is it what is it?
Yeah, the Excel Center in London is okay. They were only using about a third of it. Here you can see an amazing probe droid that a guy was driving around, and I've seen a lot of those. I've never seen one driving around like that before, so that was pretty cool. But there's people are always elevating the game with this stuff, like the droid builders, and that's about 1-to-1. So that's pretty wild, and it was making some aggressive noises. I don't know what else you got in here that I sent you though, but that was pretty special.
I bet that guy was happy to see the probe droid in the newest episode of Mando.
I bet.
Yeah. Here's another one from the Hasbro booth. They finally set up Boba Fett's throne room the correct way and put it on display. But the interesting thing about this is that, first of all, obviously Leia's missing, even though she's specifically in this exact moment. And a lot of these figures haven't been released in years. 8D8, the droid back there, is actually a vintage Kenner one, so he's 40 years old.
Leia's right there in front of Han Solo. What do you mean?
Yeah. Is she? Well, it's the wrong time because Luke just walked in.
Yeah, like she's standing right there in front of the
All right,
carpet.
fine, but she's
dingus.
Okay, but that's
Just
like,
kidding.
well, it's
You
5
also called
moments
it
at once.
Boba Fett's throne room? When this
That's
is
what
clearly...
the product is called Boba Fett's throne room. But,
Is it really? Wow, they're doing Jabba dirty.
dude, it's a mess. It's called Boba Fett's throne room. Bib Fortuna sitting on the throne in the box picture, and it's actually Jabba's throne room. It's a real mess.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, but I know I can't wait for that to come in. That looks awesome when it's set up correctly. And then Yeah, we had some, the Jazzwares booth for the Micro Galaxy Squadron was like really impressive. I don't know, there might be a wider shot there, but they had this wall where they had like little cubbies with like every ship they've put out in it. And they also had these 4 pedestals around the outside where they were doing a new reveal each day. And I think this TIE Interceptor and A-Wing and Land Speeder were like the 3rd day reveals. But I personally, I have to give back my nerd card a little bit here. I don't recognize the solid red interceptor, but it is pretty cool.
While we're on this, earlier this week, Alvin J had a special request that we talk about the Jazzware mini squadrons. So Zach, you got the Razor Crest, right? So
Yeah.
what do you think about this line just in general? Like with everything that's coming out, what are your thoughts?
So I had quite a few of the micro machines, which I think these are very much in the spirit of when I was younger. And I was always quite fond of them. I think that they're great. I think there is certainly room for improvement, which I think any company does have. I think the figurines are really fragile. The Mandalorian specifically. I'm sorry, the Mando and the Grief Kargon mine I needed to super glue back together because they basically fell apart. But I think that they have managed to make like a ton of ground very quickly. Like they have you can get like the smaller vehicles for like 12, $13. You can get the bigger ones for like $20, and then the really big ones for like $30 to $40. And then they also have a lot of blind box stuff, so you can those are I think only like $4 or $5. And I think it's really interesting the way that they do them. So if you want to go through some of the photos that I sent you.
Ooh, you did? My bad.
God damn it, Sean. So let me.
Hey, well, if you go down to that wide shot for a second, it's you can see it's I
I'll
wish
pull
I
it
would
up.
have. Yeah,
I got it.
I wish I okay.
Hang on, let me just make sure that.
Yeah, but that wall at the
think I
back
am.
had everything they've put out.
So here's this is going to be a little out of order because they're not in the thing, but so this is a look at their series 3 rather. So we have Grievous's ship, the clone gunship, Anakin's starfighter.
Zach, sorry to cut you off, but we just got a super chat from Alvin J. Thank you, $4. Thank you. I love this line. They are going deep, and it's the only line that is in scale with their vehicles.
What a guy. Yeah, so this is series 3. So Poe's X-wing, Anakin's, I think it's his first starfighter. And so this is what season 3 is. Series 2, you have the starfighter class, so those are the bigger ones. You have the gauntlet, the droid tank, the snow speeder. And one really interesting thing about these, I know Chris mentioned it last show, but they have chases and rare I guess like rare paint jobs. So in series 2 you could get Sabine's TIE fighter as a chase, or I think this is Anton Merrick's X-wing there. And then for the rares, there's Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter, and I don't quite recognize whose X-wing this is.
That's Hera's X-wing.
Oh yeah, okay, correct. And then even within the blind box stuff, you do have different chases and rares, which is pretty neat because I know for like John enjoys collecting things that are rare. I don't mind collecting things that are rare, and they're pretty expensive. Like a scout class, which is what their smallest scale is, those go, I think it's like $4 or $5 for the like when you buy them in the store. But I was looking up some of the rares, like Cobb Vanth speeder with Cobb Vanth. I think it's like $40 on eBay. So the rares and the chases, they're very limited. The rares are 15,000 pieces and the chases are 5,000. But looking at like even the first wave, which was series 1, a lot of them had the launch edition branding. So I guess those were like a little bit, they weren't rare or chases, but I guess it's showing like the brand new product line.
They're
And
trying to
it's
appeal to the Johns out there. Yeah.
yeah, I like the Funko collectors, right? Because they like the rares, the
Yeah.
chases. And one thing that's interesting is like some of these vehicles, even outside of the paint jobs, have different versions. So there's this version of the Razor Crest, which is the one that I just got, or you could also find one that's the Arvala 7 version, which has panels that are damaged from the Jawas when they took them off. Here's a look at like one of the clone gunships, and even the figures themselves have variants. So the regular clone gunship doesn't have ARC troopers in it, and the one for the Munilist 7 they do. Also, just here's another look at some of the chase figures. Like Chris said, they're one of 5,000. I've never seen a chase personally, but I know
Man.
you've seen.
I've seen them all, and I wish I noticed the sticker at the time. Like I've seen this
Bro,
one. I've
if
seen
you find
every
another
single one.
Gideon's tie, I may need to pick it up for me. And then here's a look at Series 1. So Series 1 was huge when they launched it. It's a bunch of figures. It was the Razor Crest, the TIE Advance, Luke's X-Wing, the Millennium Falcon, Slave 1, the speeder bike, which that motherfucker is huge. It's like Shaquille O'Neal compared to everybody else. Asajj Ventress's ship, the Stormtrooper transporter, the Raider ATST, the normal ATST, the Mandalorian finale Luke X-Wing, which I don't know what's different about it, but it seems a bit more weathered. And then you had the two different versions of the TIE Fighter. Don't know what the differences there are. And then the Gideon's TIE, I think it's LN is what they called it, but it's the one that can land from the finale.
Yeah.
And these are really cool. Like they, outside of having like pretty decent paint, like if you watch the unboxing on Monday, I was absolutely blown away by the detail on like Mando and Grogu, like at this tiny little scale. The features that they have, like with the Razor Crest, you have the carbonite that you can display on the rack or put it into the carbonite machine. A lot of these have like dedicated landing gear. I think the Falcon has like swooshing sounds, like when you handle it, it makes like a noise. This line is fucking awesome. I didn't really know what to expect when they first launched, or if it was going to be like something even worth investing in because of the quality. And to be completely honest, I bought the Arvala 7 Razor Crest and immediately returned it. Like literally 10 minutes later, I just got back in my car and returned it because I didn't realize when you put all the panels back on, it would still have holes in the hull. But yeah, these are great. I've been really tempted by the Jedi, what is it called? Jedi Starfighter.
Yep.
Obi-Wan Kenobi's one. I've seen that one a bunch, and it comes with like the hyperspace ring.
Yeah,
I've
it's
been
beautiful.
super tempted by that
What
one.
are these things retail?
They're all different because there's like 4 different sizes. I in Canada, like the Falcon's like $75, but that's the most expensive one.
They're not that expensive in the US, like $15 for the smaller ships. And then the bigger ones, you can get them on Amazon for like 30. I think the Falcon was the most expensive. It was like 45 for us. But you can get them on Amazon. You can get them at Walmart. I've seen them at Target. The one that I really want, Chris, if you see it again, is the Havoc Marauder. I would do like unspeakable things to have that. If you have it, I would send you a picture of my ass. Just kidding.
I don't have that one. Yeah.
But a lot of times, like I've noticed that they go on sale. So like on Amazon right now, you can get the Falcon for $25, which is $20 off. And
It's a $40 thing.
Well, it's $45, but you can get it for $25.
It's the biggest one by far, but yeah.
It's much more expensive than any of the ones that they offer.
Okay. How much is like a Slave One?
That's pretty big too, but yeah.
It's a pretty big ship, yeah. Let me see. Well, I think they call it Boba Fett's Starship.
The fighters are like $15.
It's Slave One.
Well, I can find a price because I'm not seeing it here. But I mean, they have a lot of meat on the bone for this. Like, you know, this line has the potential to be, you know, like I mean, you think about Star Wars, right? There's hundreds of ships, right? Yeah. So Alvin says, "How could you not love this line? The display diorama at Celebration costs less than $250 per the creator. That's fucking awesome." Yeah, they're really well done. Dean, so it's sold out on Amazon, but every time I go to Walmart, I see them. So if like you really wanted one, like I could grab it for you. But the price on this one, it says it's $20.99 for Jango Fett's version.
Weirdly, that's the only one I've seen in Canada, and I didn't see the first one.
It says $33 on
A Razor Crest
on
would
Walmart.
be cool.
The Razor, dude, I fucking like. Okay, honestly, I said this on Monday. I said this Tuesday. I have had the most fun unboxing that Razor Crest than I have on a lot of things this year. It was really fun to mess with. And like, look, this is the Jango Fett's ship here. This slave one also. So you get like, you know, pretty decently painted Jango and Boba. You get like weapon storage for the jetpack. You know, some cool little. I'm not even gonna watch that.
That guy's having too much fun.
Is having way too much fun. Yeah, it's just a fun like.
Zach, that's what you look like
line.
unboxing the fucking Razor Crest, bro.
Really?
This just in from the Rebel Alliance. New Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron.
Lots of iconic vehicles to collect.
Yo,
New micro scale.
the
and
funniest
authentic
thing about this
detail.
commercial
Uh-huh.
is that there's like they have like ring lights like they're doing toy photography in there. They're like,
X-Wing
listen, this is why you buy this
Incredible
stuff.
Action features.
The Millennium Falcon with an opening cockpit, swivel quad cannons, and fully detailed interior. Blast off!
that's pretty
It's
badass,
loaded with lights, sounds, and action. Incoming Imperial TIE fighter. Pew pew pew. Is down.
A galaxy of
In
vehicles.
the palm of your hand. Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron for Jasper.
They really need to.
Nerds.
I will say also the box doesn't say Jazzwares anywhere on it. Like maybe I'm an idiot, but I looked at that entire box over and over and I couldn't find it. But yeah, these are awesome. You know, if you're even a casual fan of Star Wars, you probably have a favorite ship. And like Sean, can you pull up or can we cycle through the photos that Chris showed one more time? So if you look at this, like one, awesome that we're getting the Lambda shuttle. The TIE bomber, the red Royal Imperial interceptors. Now they need to make Soontir Fells with the red stripes on the wings. That would be awesome. But like, I mean, they're going pretty deep into this line. You got Luke's land speeder, just some crazy like random niche ships.
Dude, they did a Asajj Ventress ship.
That's the
Which
peg
is-
warmer
I've
here in Canada.
never seen that one.
Yeah.
Like
Philip.
any other version of that ship, I mean.
Philip says you're making me want to go to Walmart right now and pick up a few more of these. They're fucking awesome. Y-wing.
Dude, I must have like 20.
Damn.
I still can't believe you didn't let me know about the Marauder. It breaks my heart.
There's a bunch on Mercari.
The Havoc Marauder?
Yeah.
No
There you
shit.
go.
What do
They're
they run?
not cheap, but there's a bunch.
What do they run?
77.
Oh, no, it's too much.
So, you know, I'm not the biggest Star Wars figure collector. I had some at one point, decided to sell them, and I'm more of a passive Star Wars movie fan, you know, especially after like the MCU. That's kind of where I fell off just because MCU was putting them out so much. But because of the unboxing last week and because of Alvin's request, I went ahead and picked up the
Hey, let's
Falcon.
fucking go. How do you like it?
I literally just opened it while we were backstage for a while, so haven't got the batteries in it yet. Haven't tried to open up any of the panels. But
Dude,
man, this thing is cool though. Like, you know, there's one thing that I absolutely love about Star Wars, and it's the ships. So this line could get me. I was already thinking the X-Wings, the TIE Fighters.
Yeah.
You know, Dean, I saw Asajj's at Target over here by at Alamo Ranch. There's the cockpit.
Yeah. I mean, they're even doing battle packs with these things now where you got multiple per
Yeah, you can get like the Falcon and two
TIE fighters.
TIE fighters. Yeah.
Now,
The X-Wing, Darth Vader, 2 TIE fighters. Like,
Zach, you did make me
This-
a little bit sad though
It's
when
very
you
cool.
said that the Falcon was cheaper on Amazon, and I just kind of picked one up for the show. So
just
I
return
paid,
it.
I paid Target
Hey,
prices.
I just
But,
I just found one too that was like
Okay, here, hang on. It was Sean. Here's what you got to do: take it back to Target,
Mm-hmm.
and then just do a price. Or you can even call their customer service. They'll do it over the phone for you.
With Amazon? Like, hey, I found it cheaper on Amazon. Can I get a?
Yes. They match any
Interesting.
retailer's price.
yeah, I don't think that
Really?
tactic's gonna work with the 1-inch figures. Unfortunately, I don't know. Focusing's gonna be rough without a macro.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
talking about price matching. I was like,
was
how
like-
dare you come at 1 inch like that?
And then,
Have we reached a scale that's not more than enough? I don't know.
No,
Leia.
it's always enough. How dare you?
And then our savior, Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, they're talking about Mommy Bo.
Yeah,
Dude, that's what I want, dude. The gauntlet, that thing's fucking rocks.
but yeah,
Fuck. I want one of these fucking Havoc Marauders so bad. What is the retail on that one? Probably $50, right?
It's smaller than the Falcon, I think.
It's
Tell you
probably like
what,
30
though,
bucks.
this thing just doesn't open as easy as it does on the commercials. That's for sure.
It's because you're not feeling it, bro. You're not zooming that shit around.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah, you don't even have a smile on your face.
The smile makes it work. That's the force right there, baby.
Ooh, $10 super chat.
Look at that,
Alvin.
Alvin J. Thanks for adding this to
Man,
the show sheet.
Alvin, appreciate you, man.
I'm
Thank
kind of
you.
mad you added this to the show sheet because now I got fucking Mercari safe searches on. I'm looking at. I really want Sabine Wren's TIE Fighter.
Yeah, if I can get the X-wing, some TIE fighters, and what's the other one that they showed? Is it the Y-wing?
I love.
Well,
the
they showed a
lighting.
lot of stuff, yeah.
Was it? Which one is it though?
They showed an A-Wing.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, that was a Y-Wing in there too.
Right
Yeah.
there, yeah, the Y-wing. Yeah. I was like, man, if they made the B-wing is the one that's kind of like a T, right? It has like
Yep.
the pot on top. That was one of my favorite.
Sean knows his ships. How about that?
Yeah, hey man, I used to be that kid in elementary that used to take a piece of paper and draw X-wings and TIE fighters blowing each other up on paper and
Oh,
Nice.
so you're weird.
oh,
It's okay. I was too.
But
We're all a
let's
little
get
bit weird.
into some of the news. Nothing crazy for Mezco or Mafex today, but McFarlane did
Bro, if you don't
announce
say
something kind of cool.
punchline-
Oh no, they said they're never doing that. But McFarlane's collector edition figures have been announced. It's being able to complete their desired universes. And when they say there, it's the fans. It says, with a special focus on rich and diverse catalog of characters, McFarlane Collector's Edition allows the most dedicated fan to complete their desired universe. For collectors, by collectors, coming out this summer. So it'll be interesting to see how many more Batmans they have to release on this one for everybody to be happy.
Oh shit. So maybe we will get a punchline then. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're far enough down those storylines that Punchline has to be coming out, man. You just gotta wait for this summer. Hopefully, it's in Wave 1. And then the only other thing we have from McFarlane today is the DC Rebirth, DC Multiverse, The Flash BBTS exclusive limited edition. It's $29.99. Unfortunately, pre-orders are sold out on BBTS. It's due out in July. But, I mean, it's okay. I think the face kind of looks cool, looks a little cartoony and stuff, but it comes with a bunch of lightning effects and a base. And then it also will have a certificate of authenticity signed by the man, Todd McFarlane himself.
That's pretty extra, Todd. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Todd. $150 a signature, Todd.
And then you get the exclusive box, gold label box. And then the only thing we have from Super 7 is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Karari. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's $54.99 due out March 2024. And comes with a bunch of stuff just like Super 7 does. You got arrows. You got some... Dean, you know what some of these other weapons are? Like with the chain and then looks
Kunai,
like the katana.
No.
No?
Don't know what
Okay,
they're
I just...
called.
Shot in the dark.
He's got them on the wall. He doesn't know what they're called.
I know, right? They just look cool.
No, my weapons go boom. They don't.
But bow and arrow, several different hands, 2 extra head sculpts, one with the ninja and then the other ninja head sculpt mask, and then her face uncovered.
That is a compound bow, though, to be fair. I do know that one.
And then again, it's just the Turtles wave. They come out decently fast. I mean, I guess for Super 7, wait lists, I guess. But man, they sure do have a lot of stuff that they've shown that a lot of
Yeah.
people are still waiting for. So
I'm just super impressed with Super 7 as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have contender to be company
Don't
of
say
the
it.
year.
Don't.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
I said contender.
which one then?
They're
name-
pumping out figures. They're keeping a really decent price point for all that you get. The
They're pumping
display
out
package,
figures for pre-order.
bro, they're like less than $50. What do you mean?
No, not Super 7, bro.
At a larger scale and the quality,
What scale is it?
these are like 7 or 8
7
inch.
inch.
Yeah, these are big figures. Have you ever seen
They're
these
not-
things in
I've
hands?
seen them. They look terrible.
They're-
At Steven's Collectibles,
Bro,
they're terrible.
Get out of town,
Terrible, bro.
bro. You okay? You still
Worst
buy
company of the
Legends,
year
dude.
nomination.
Get out of here.
Okay, you fucking guy.
Legends are fucking garbage.
You
You had
fool.
nothing good to say about the whole Spider-Man wave you got.
Wait, no, the whole one pack that I got, not the whole wave.
You got 2099 and Miles and what's her face?
I got Miles only.
Oh, I thought you got both.
Idiot.
Anyway,
If it was Super 7, I wouldn't afford to get all the whole wave. Fucking.
yeah, well, you don't got it like that. Some people do.
I don't.
And moving on to SH Figure Arts, we do got quite a bit here.
$55, by the way.
55. We got the Super Saiyan Trunks Infinite Latent Power repaint, 3,600 yen, or about $27 USD. I don't know. I tried the translation on the price, and that didn't seem right, but that's
should
what it
be
came up
about
with.
right.
And then it's September 2023, but this is just the repaint.
Yeah, we've gotten this figure twice before, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good thing it's only $27 because
I don't understand why they keep changing the hair color. It's like, bro, fucking pick one color.
I know, just
all
so
the shit
annoying. I have like
matches.
8 different eight different versions of Goku, and every fucking hair color is different. It's so annoying. So annoying. That's why I usually just buy third-party heads because at least they fucking match.
Yeah.
Up next is another reissue, Bardock,
Bardock,
reissue.
baby.
Was once a Tamashii Nations web exclusive, 5,500 yen, or about $41 USD.
It's
A
good
lot of
figure.
people are upset about this one. But they
I
think
mean,
that,
it's
that
not
they
even
can't
that
reissue
old.
the exclusive, but the reason they can is because Bluefin distributed it as well. And that's kind of like the
Yeah,
qualifier that they gave.
I was gonna say I bought mine at Stevens, I think. So it's not even. It wasn't like an exclusive at all. But yeah, this figure's not even that old to already be reissued. It came out like maybe 2 years ago. That's fucking weird. At least the trunks is old as shit.
Yeah.
But it's
Must
whatever.
have sold
This is
well
a
the first time.
I mean, it's a fantastic figure. It's a really good figure. So if you need a Bardock and you missed the first one, here you go.
This is the one to get then, huh?
Well, it's the same one.
It's the same
Yeah,
one,
it's
but
literally the same paint.
just to
and
get it
everything.
now.
It doesn't look any different.
So the next thing we got is the Star Wars movie realization figures, the Stormtrooper, the Remnant version, for 11,000 yen, or about $84 USD, and this is due out sometime in August.
Yeah, with the little Mando Beskar thing.
I don't
That's
like
cool.
it.
Yeah, Dan, do you guys collect this line?
No, I think it's so
I want
stupid.
to, but I don't.
Yeah, I can't do it. It's not canon. It's against God.
It's it's also a fucking weird scale. They're like 10 inches or something,
I think
or
they're
like
only
maybe like
7
9.
inches.
Are they? They look fucking
Like Super
weird
7
next
figures.
to anything else.
Like Super
So-
7 figures. That are the
They'll
same
fit.
scale.
They'll fit with your
Did
turtle
Super
size.
7 like sleep with your ex-girlfriend? What the fuck is going on? Why are you so mad at Super 7?
I just can't believe that you said that. That's too
Because
high of
they're-
a praise.
Because they're
for Super 7.
they're consistently putting out good stuff. Dude, they put out the Disney way.
I'm gonna say
They
that like
put
10
out-
more times this show just to
They put
see
out
what he
Disney
says.
figures. They put out Thundercats. They put out TMNT.
That doesn't make them
They go
good.
deep in the TMNT.
They're super expensive, bro.
Yo, look, Baby
They're
Yoda
not
has like
super expensive.
he got like a little samurai bun.
Oh, that's hilarious. Because the Baby Yodes just kind of looks like him. I was like, it doesn't really look any different, but yeah, you're right. He does have a little top knot.
The next thing we got is some more reissues. The Iron Man Mark 85, 9,000 yen, or about $68 USD, due out in August. This one is going to have its claw blasters, in addition to some other add-ons they have not announced yet, including the I Am Iron Man head and hands. You know, if you missed out on the exclusive, it's cool, but there's nothing really super special. I mean, I wouldn't buy it just for these claw hands.
Is terrible.
And both of them, I have the regular release and the I Am Iron Man release, the exclusive, and they both look exactly the same. So, I mean, if you've missed it and you really wanted one, we're so far out from this version of Iron Man just in general with in-game, then this is your chance to pick it up, probably for a more decent price than the exclusive. But the other re-release that we will have is the Thanos from Avengers Endgame for 12,000 yen, or about $90 USD. The prices on this one is still being figured as far as what the actual USD price is going to be. Also due out in August. This one will include the Infinity Gauntlet hands, this time without the Infinity Stones. So the original one had them, and now you're going to get the one without. But
so it's canon.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, these two fucking releases are so stupid. It's like, why?
It's like, remember
This
7
movie's
years ago?
old as shit already. Like, we've gotten these, not only characters, these exact figures already.
Yep.
What is this?
I don't see anything that's like crazy different. I mean, I think my biggest gripe about this Thanos was the shoulder pads. They're magnetic, and they not really magnetic, but they kind of like hook onto the inner arm. And then he also had this band that went around the bicep. And I don't see that band on this one. So
no bicep swivel. Awful.
They just audited the warehouse and found like cases of them. That's all it is, man.
Let's see, I have them right here.
It's so bad. Because this Thanos figure was terrible. I still have it. In fact, Sean, I think I bought it from you, and it fucking pissed me off. Not that I bought it from you, but that
Probably
it's
not,
not a
'cause
good
he
figure.
still has one.
That one is super, super inaccurate. But I appreciate the sell, Dean. I mean, you help fund this one.
It's just not a good figure. It's fucking terrible. But it's like, how do you not have a bicep swivel? That's such a there's so many poses you can't accomplish with this figure because of that. It's so bad. Yeah, this is dumb. This is really, really dumb.
Moving on from SH Figure Arts, do want to shout out the Small Talk Trivia Leaderboard. Sam Gist with 1, Equan 2, Vintage 3, Absolute Irwin with 1, Badfish 3, and Mark P with 1. Regular trivia will be put on hold, I think, for a while, just until we can come up with something fun to do with you guys once we get to our points, which we're actually past our points, so to do a giveaway, but I will work on figuring something out. But in the meantime, we will do a Small Talk Trivia Hunt. Basically, this game is you'll see some slides up on the screen that will ask for something that I want you guys, my fellow hosts, to go and find and see if you can match up with what it says. And if you want to play at home, just comment your favorite figure that might relate to what is up. So the first one is, find me a figure that is not in human form.
Baby Yoda, baby.
Baby Yoda. And then Dean, which one is that?
This is from Sonic. It's a
Batu.
God, what are they called? A wisp, or
Is that 12th
from
scale?
Sonic
dude?
Colors, huh?
Is that 12th scale?
I don't know what scale this is.
Well, that's
I think
no
it's
points
technically
for Dean.
6
No,
scale.
that's no points.
And
Get outta
Vintage, which one do you got, bud?
It's a NECA Predator. Is NECA still canceled?
No, but that's not 12th scale either. That's actually 7-inch scale, so you lose too. Thank you very much
Jeez.
for playing.
Did it say it had to be 12 scale?
It did.
You should get rid of that rule. That's a terrible rule, Sean.
It
That
didn't,
is a
it
terrible
didn't
rule.
say that last time.
Hey, we're
that's-
learning.
Yeah, well, let's get rid of that rule. Everyone gets
I
a
am going to
point.
give it to. Yeah, I am. No one gets a point on that one. Yeah.
What the fuck? Mine was. What the hell? How did I not get a point?
I'm kidding. I have you down. You got 1 point for the Grogu.
Jesus, I'm about to leave the show.
I think you
Okay,
won
next
last
one.
time. Too.
Show me a figure that can fly.
Cloud, he's got a wing right there.
Right there, Dean.
Is that 12 scale?
What is that one?
Yes,
What's
it
that one,
is. You fucking dick.
Well, no. Can he actually fly though? Because penguins have wings, but they can't fly.
Ooh, technicalities.
man.
Hang
He's
on. Hang on. No.
Does he
no.
fly? Does he actually fly, Dean? I don't know.
Nope,
You know what?
see
I
that.
don't
I've never
know
seen that in
because
the movie.
this is from Kingdom Hearts, so the rules are different. I don't know.
That doesn't seem very Disney to me.
The rules are different. This is
Yeah, in Kingdom.
Disney.
Yeah, like does Cloud fly in Final Fantasy 7? No, but does he fly in Kingdom Hearts?
Does he fall
He's
out
got a
of the
wing,
sky?
and it's
Sure.
possible.
He has one wing. You can't fly with one wing.
Vintage, did you bring
Sephiroth
anything
does.
I'll
I
give you
got
this, Dean.
jetpack figures,
Give me
but
that.
not 112.
up? Don't
So
worry
I
about the
got-
112. We're changing that
right.
officially now.
All
Rick
right,
Hunter can
officially
fly
changed.
in his jet. This is 12 scale.
That's true.
He knows how to fly in a jet.
We got a cartoon.
I mean, like
Boba
Cloud,
Fett
if he
there.
rode in a plane too, I guess. Yeah.
No, but he doesn't know how to fly a plane.
I know
Rick
to fly a plane.
does. Yeah, Boba Fett. But yeah.
Okay.
Holiday special Boba
All right,
Fett.
Zach, you got 2 on this one. All right, let's see what's next. Show me something that is.
Hang on, bring up the
not-
slide. You didn't.
What?
There you go.
Bring up. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Show me a figure that is. I'm sorry. Show me something that is not a figure. And what I mean by this isn't just like regular humanoid figures. Show me something different.
Like a
is that,
weapon?
Pull out the Glock.
A 12... Wait, okay, so.
Yeah, what does that
anything
mean?
Show
Show me
me
something
something
not a
else.
figure.
Just show me
But-
something else.
In 12 scale? Like, I don't know what you're asking.
Not 12
The
scale
ocarina?
anymore.
Okay, fucking Sonic Cup? I don't know.
These
what you're
nuts?
asking.
Yeah.
That definitely
show
looks
me
like a
something
figure,
different.
Chris.
That's not a figure. It's a vehicle.
That's
Yeah.
a,
Look. See.
but
Look,
it's a
I got a remote.
but it's a figure of a vehicle.
I got a lighter. Pull out the Glock,
right.
bro.
Last one. Last one. Find me a figure and give me a hot take on it.
I got my figure. I got my hot take.
What is it?
The Mafek Symbiote Spider-Man.
What about it?
My hot take is that I honestly preferred the all-black retro Hasbro to this one. This one can pose better, but I have way more fun with the Hasbro one, and that is the hot take. Dean, pull
Alright.
out Rey and tell her that she's a true Skywalker. That would be
No. I don't own any Ray figures anymore.
What's your hot take, Chris?
That this figure looks insane when its face pops off, but it's not going to focus for me. Oh, come on. Look at that. That looks so crazy.
Wait, hang on. Keep it there. Oh, that's
Looks like an
that's
owl wearing a
horrifying.
wig.
God.
Absolutely horrifying.
Should kill it with fire.
You know, I have the Demona, and I just not growing on me.
I
I
like it.
like the regular releases, or not the regular releases, but the regular gargoyles. I guess like the main team.
Batu.
I just got
Neko-
her and Goliath.
NECA
Whoa.
Warduke, the greatest figure NECA's ever made.
Greatest.
It's fucking cool.
And
Shield's
why
pretty cool.
why is it the greatest?
You said a hot take, not a reason.
All right,
I just
guys.
think it's fucking sweet. So
Thank you for playing this game with us. Zach, you got all the points really. I
Fucking
guess.
go, baby. Let's fucking go.
After a hard loss last week or
That was
2 weeks ago.
bullshit. Let's be honest.
It's all in the setup. He's
I
got everything
swept
so close.
last week, didn't I?
Bullshit. You swept nothing. You won by 1 point.
Moving on to Hasbro, they got some I guess good news for us people who like to collect certain lines in Hasbro. But they said they are bringing back the plastic windows. They said we want to share an update on packaging for Hasbro 6-inch figures. Based on the feedback, we will be reintroducing windows and blisters on to our 6-inch figures beginning late this year into 2024 to select lines across our portfolio of brands, including G.I. Joe Classified, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Star Wars Black Series, and Marvel Legends. This will eventually expand to our new 6-inch. This will eventually expand to all our new 6-inch releases. The window in the blister will be made of PET, or PET, or recycle PET, helping us achieve a priority of meeting our fans' expectations and extraordinary packaging and superior design while still developing packaging that minimalizes waste and use of virgin plastic. Thank you again for being one of our biggest fans. I don't know why they said that like that. One of our biggest fans for your continued support in Hasbro. Guys, what do you think about this? I mean,
Yeah, bro, they need to
This is
fucking
fucking
put
stupid.
punctuation on the PET because I read recycled pets and I was like, what the fuck?
Kevin, run.
Yeah. There's a couple things. There's a couple things here. So first of all, they when they say based on feedback, they mean sales. That's why they're changing it back. And secondly, they put in this little note about it being a new plastic because they have to they have to have that angle on it. When you're going back to something that's less environmentally friendly, you got to put an asterisk and be like, but we're going to try this thing too. Something tells me it's not going to be wildly different plastic than they've been using for like 100 years. And they still use on other lines that they're currently making, like 40th anniversary Black Series and all that stuff. So, it's cool that there a lot of people probably stop buying two of the same figure, for example, like a lot of Star Wars collectors do. And, I feel like if you don't have the window, like one is enough because, the box looks the exact same when the figure's out of it.
Era Maestro goes, environmentally friendly plastic, aka still just regular plastic, but French.
Yeah. This windowless package shit is a bunch of BS. So I'm glad they're going back to the regular shit because they're fucking still charging for it anyway. So might as well. I think the windowless package gave them an excuse to cut back on their QC because so many times I saw missing items, misprinting on the face, like broken
Double right hands,
like
double left
joints
hands.
and shit. Yeah, and it's like
Not to mention the classic swaps and switcheroos going on.
yeah, exactly. So I think this is a smart idea. I think it makes them have to be more accountable for their shit, instead of cutting all those costs. It's like, well, they're not gonna see the fucking figure until it's out of the box anyway. So like, who gives a shit if it looks like shit? Well, we'll deal with it later. It's like, no, deal with it now, and give me a good fucking product because I'm paying for it.
Yeah, Dean, I think exactly what you said is what my kind of take is on it. I mean, I just think it sucks that immediately after they go to the windowless boxes, you immediately get bad QC issues, you get bad customer service, I guess even in Zach's case,
it was a direct correlation with QC
and it
issues
makes me
packaging.
think about like the factory, like I don't believe that Hasbro itself is producing this stuff out of their factory. Like it's off somewhere else, but it's like, ooh, we made too many of these hands, so just put them together. No one will notice.
But it's also like it makes it like I think certainly retailers do have a responsibility to the consumers. Like, if I'm returning a Spider-Man figure, there should be a Spider-Man in the box, right?
Right.
I don't go so far as like if I'm returning a retro cell shaded Spider-Man, but I'm an asshole and I put some old janky Spider-Man in the box. Like I don't expect them to know the difference, right? These people aren't getting paid for that.
Right.
However, it makes their job much more difficult when the product itself is not visible and there's basically just a piece of tape, And so, one of the things that we saw quite a bit with all these different things was, the figure swapping was out of control. And so I have to imagine there was probably some pressure not only in the price and the amount of sales that they made, but also like the retailers, like, hey, we're losing a ton of money. Like, figure swapping was, shrink was bad before, but now it's like, because I honestly don't,
Exponential.
I honestly don't know a single collector that doesn't know a story of someone they personally know that had an issue with this.
I
Like,
had
I
like
honestly-
3 direct ones, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, it's funny. Like since windowless came in, like Toys R Us stopped accepting returns on like Hasbro like 1/12
Yeah.
figures. They posted up signs all over every
Yeah.
section.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what's to stop someone from buying the figure, taking it out, going back to the store and be like, it wasn't in the box, it was this other random thing. It's like, who's to say otherwise? You're going to call your customer a liar? No, nobody in their right mind is going to do that unless you got somebody who's had a really bad day working behind the counter. But yeah, there had to be some kind of pressure from retailers too. It makes sense.
I think it really took out the second and third inspection process. Just consider Hasbro's first inspection process being like however many times they have to go through it, but then you have the retailers who also inspect their products. That they make sure everything's good. It's good enough to go out to the floor most of the time, and then the buyer. How many times did you decide to pass on a figure like just call it a Marvel Legend, and you see it at this Target and you're like, well, this looks like this and I don't like how some of the paint's missing here or there, so you lose the sale there because they go out to another retailer and go find the same figure. So I really didn't like that. Only one bad experience myself with those kind of issues was the Dino Fury Green Ranger. Peg broke right off on the arm. Trying to switch out the hands. I wanted her to hold the sword a certain way and then have her other hand for a pose, and it just completely messed up. And then ordering a second one, it came back exactly the same way. Not a peg issue, but it was an ankle issue where the ankle wasn't cut all the way. So it was just a big chunk of plastic hindering the ankle articulation. And first time buying Legends Lightning Collection off of Amazon, they were cool about it, and they just said, you know what, here's your money, keep the figures. And I just warmed the hell up out of it with some tips from Zach, and I kind of Frankensteined my Green Ranger together with certain legs and hands from the other figure, and so far she's been pretty good, so I'm happy with it now. But I just hate that it had to go that far where I had to do some minimal customizations, because I don't want to do that. I want the figure to be the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Or, have to be like Zach and call some customer service line that they don't even want to deal with you. It's
Well,
like,
you have to inspect
call
it
someone
first.
else. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck do you mean? It's windowless. You fucking bought it. It's your product.
Shout out to the 45 people watching. I don't know if that's a high for small talk, but appreciate you guys being here.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you. Moving on to Black Series. Oh my God. I hated doing Black Series on this show sheet. There was so much. It's been a while since I've had to piece together all of this stuff. So, but it's here and it was fun. So we're going to start off with the Black Series Cobb Vanth and Cad Bane figures 2-pack, Target exclusive for $55.99. Was not able to on Target I was not able to find a release date. I should have looked at Hasbro Pulse. But both reissues, guys, or I mean, what's the difference? Because I know they've both been out before.
Cobb Vanth doesn't have the Boba Fett armor on.
They also gave him the flame effect.
And I want to say, did they release this Cad Bane before for the Book of Boba Fett?
I don't think so.
Not Book of Boba Fett. It was just okay. So it's more of a.
So this is actually, to me, the version to get if you needed these characters, because Cobb Vanth was already out of date the second that episode ended.
Yeah.
So this is the Cobb Vanth to get, and then if you really needed another Cad Bane,
Until they make his Robo version, right?
Yeah, until then.
Well, there's already a Clone Wars and a Rebels version of Cad Bane in the Black Series, which
Yeah.
are a little bit cooler in my opinion. But
Yeah,
you do what you gotta do.
I have the Clone Wars one. I don't need another fucking Cad Bane, which is very disappointing because
A reminder.
I need this Cobb Vanth, but yeah, they're just gonna make another Cobb Vanth later. So
Yeah, he's gonna be a cyborg in The Mandalorian season 4.
Next one is the Star Wars Black Series Omega Mercenary Gear version, 6-inch figure, $24.99, due out January 2024.
Yay.
My big thing on this is that it's a January 2024 release.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want to see
crazy.
your January releases. I want to see something that's in October, November. I think that's more than enough time. But what do you guys think?
I like this so much more than the first Omega.
This
I
Omega
don't think
is
the first
so
Omega
bad.
looked anything like the character. It was really all that we had, so it's not like we could really complain too much. But you get that iconic little hat that she wears for pretty much always, and yeah, I like this quite a bit.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know that I personally would be picking up the full Bad Batch, to be honest. I'm like 99% sure I will, but 100% sure I will pick up this Omega because I think that they've done this one much better.
Yeah.
It almost looks like the first Omega they made off of like concept art because it doesn't look like her in the show.
They
I
did.
will say, oh, okay. And I will say that what Dean said about Cobb Vanth is pretty much the same for Omega because she gets out of that Camino outfit like pretty quickly in the first season. So, yeah, this is great. I don't really know what else you would include with her, because you get the second head and the bow, but I feel like there should just be something else. Like the first, the first release had that weird like parrot lizard thing.
Slug thing, yeah.
Yeah, this one doesn't have really anything. I guess the second head would probably, be what accounts for that cost, but I don't know. I feel like I'd like to see one other thing in this package, but yeah, this is 100% a must-have figure.
Yeah, I adore Omega. I thought I was really going to be annoyed with her when the Bad Batch started, but she's actually one of my favorite parts of the show.
Yeah.
So I'm with Zach. I will 100% own this figure. I'm not picking up the other Bad Batch. I think I don't like their armor or looks enough to justify replacing they all match.
Yeah.
But this is a must get.
Yeah, and this is great because I think it would fit in with the season 1 and the season 2.
Wow.
Sunnyvale says, thought this was Dennis the Menace.
I think the big thing for me is I think they did a great job of translating the likeness considering it's not the same art style at all. Like I don't wonder who it is in the slightest, and I think it's tasteful. So yeah, I'll probably get this too.
Not only that, but I want to give credit where it's due. The head sculpt with the hat on is not just the same face with the hat on. It's a completely different expression.
It means business.
Yeah, she's got her hat on. She's ready to fight. She's on a mission. That's usually when she wears the hat.
Exactly.
So it's like,
yeah.
hey, we got the smiling head sculpt over here and the aggressive head sculpt with the hat. It's not just, hey, we took the hair off of the smiling sculpt and put a hat on it. They could have very easily done that, and they didn't. So I think you'll love to see it.
Up next, we have, I'm guessing, just the regular release of Book of Boba Fett, Cad Bane, 6-inch figure, $24.99, due out March 2024. And, I mean, he's okay, I guess. I mean, I like the other one better, and you get the other figure. So,
yeah.
But moving on from there, you have the Star Wars Black Series Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary R2-D2.
This
$24.98, due out August of this year.
Yes.
I
This
think
is
this guy
fantastic.
looks great.
Is he
I
It
want
better-
to get this.
It better be appropriate scale. Also, what the fuck is this? I've never seen R2-D2 do
That's
this.
when they go into the X-wing.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's a compartment to put all the accessories. Is I think what it actually is.
Oh.
But yeah, I've heard it is bigger, and that was the thing for a long time that the Black Series R2 units were underscaled, which is really funny because like earlier in the line they did like these two different 3-packs of R2 units, so they just like really milked this mold considering it was the wrong size. And there's probably 9 R2 units in the Black Series that are all on the older body, which is a shame, but it's good they got around to fixing it.
Yeah, I actually just pre-ordered this one today, along with, I assume we're talking about the Jedi Luke. Yeah, this is fucking fantastic.
Did they fix
The
it? Are we
card
sure
is
they
weird though.
fixed
I
the
don't
scale?
like this card.
They didn't use the term fixed, but they stated that it's like redesigned and larger.
Okay, good. Yeah. R2D2 is literally my favorite character in all of Star Wars. The fucking GOAT. So, yeah, I'm all for this.
Next thing we got is the Star Wars Black Series Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. $24.99 due out this year.
I love this thing. Okay, so I just got the 3 3/4 light cruiser vintage collection. I think it's like 261, and it's fucking fantastic. I think that this portrait is worse, but I have to wonder. I'm just like speculating here, so I don't know if this is accurate, but I have to wonder how much of this is directly related to the one that they would have released with the Rancor. I think it looks pretty similar. Obviously, it doesn't have the cloak.
Well, there's one before that too. There was a face printing Jedi Luke in a red box that already came out.
Walgreens exclusive, I think.
That was actually not bad looking. So I don't know.
Yeah. Jedi Luke is the original one. I believe was in the blue box. Like,
well, yeah, that looks crazy,
ago.
but yeah,
it's awful. I went out of my way to buy that figure, and when I got it, I was like, "This fucking sucks." So to see it updated, this sculpt isn't very good, but it's fucking way better than the original one. And butterfly joints to get this cool posing. This is sweet. I think you love to see this.
Moving on, we got the Star Wars Black Series Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Darth Vader figure, $24.99, also due out this year. I really like this guy. I think
I ordered
looks
this one too.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think with the soft goods cape and everything. What's going on right here on like the leg area? Is that just more of his cloak? Just
that's
in
how
the
his
belt?
cloak always is. Pretty much.
Yeah, he has like
dude.
a skirt,
Yeah.
basically.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. But he has the cut off arm. He's got the robotic part of his helmet, and then also his
The Hamlet
head
bro.
sculpt. Man,
Wow.
I really like this. I'm trying my hardest to stay away from Star Wars, but even
they
Jazzware is getting me.
Like they keep releasing decent Vaders. Like even the Empire Strikes Back one was really good from that 40th anniversary. The Obi-Wan version shared a lot of parts with that. This is cool, obviously, just because you have the unmasked head, which is like pretty looks pretty good from what you can see here.
Yeah, I have the I want to say it was the they put it on the retro card, which I guess is the A New Hope Vader.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking figure.
Yeah, even that one's not bad. The problem is that there's an old Jedi one that's like shockingly terrible also, that with the removable helmet.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that Vader it's not the worst figure I've ever had, but the helmet also comes
looks
apart and it refuses to stay in place. And this one looks like it's exactly the same. You could see the gap right there in front of the tusks. That looks like it's gonna be so annoying.
Yeah, I feel like if you're getting this, you display it helmet off because they already did the helmet better.
Yeah, if I get this, it's either gonna stay in the box or helmet off.
Next thing we got is the Black Series Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Emperor's Royal Guard, $24.99, also due out this August. I think he looks great too.
It's been around for years. That's the thing.
Yeah, we've gotten this figure like 3 different times, so it's okay, I guess. Also,
You think more of just like an homage or for the 40th or what?
Yeah, it's just it's a reissue on that big card back. That's pretty much what it is.
Also, that armor is like just you see it in like a comic that's Legends at this point. I don't even think it's canon, so it's kind of a weird inclusion.
I think
Like,
they did it just because it's covered, you know. So
yeah, well, they've already done it, so just go ahead and do it again. So, like, as much as I want two of these guys, I don't think I would buy this. Like, it just doesn't speak to me, if you will.
And you got to have two if you're gonna have any.
Right. Because I think if you look at the Hot Toys, which is like, you know, they look at the what do you call it, behind the scenes photos. They have access to, like, you know, what the costume actually looked like under the robes. It's very different. It's like basically like bathrobes
Oh yeah. Well,
and some nice boots.
what's funny about that is like the original Kenner one is pretty much like that under the robes, like
Yeah, it's
hilarious
sculpted.
bathrobes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, to me, like, that's what I want my Imperial Guard to look like. So for again, this, I know you're not gonna see it if you have the cloak on, but like,
Yeah.
I know that it's just bullshit. So
Well, I don't mind it because Legends is like way better than Canon, but
you're
that's not
not
there.
totally wrong. You're not, but yeah, I don't know.
Next thing we got is the Black Series Jabba the Hutt for $89.99, due out November of this year. Guys, what are y'all expecting this guy to do for $90?
Nothing.
Well, it's a reissue.
Yeah,
But,
they've gone.
No, it's just it's actually it's gonna annoy some people because you don't get the full slab that he sits on, but I think that side piece was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive like 10 years ago,
Yeah,
and it came with a Han Carbonite, which they've also reissued since then. But it's a different Salacious.
yeah, I like the Salacious Chrome, but $90 for this? Get fucked. No way. No way.
Sean Forrester says, go straight to clearance. He needs a base.
Yeah, I got him for $20 when they did the old version of him on clearance without it was just Jabba by himself, but it got real cheap pretty quick. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's 10 years old.
Yeah, I need a Jabba, but ain't no way. No way I'm paying $90 for this fucking thing.
What I need is a new 3 3/4 one for my Boba Fett's throne room. But yeah,
There you go.
Next thing is the Star Wars Black Series Force Ghosts 3-pack, $77.99, due out this year, August 15th.
This is an insult.
It's like, it doesn't even, like, they make it look like it comes with this base, and then it's just this.
yeah,
Yeah, that Yoda card is so
Oh, that's
awful.
fucking awful.
that can't be final. That looks so nuts.
Yeah,
Look how it's
this is-
shorter. Like, go back to the cards for a sec. Look how it's shorter than the other two, but like weirdly still like way off. Like they
Yeah,
made it
I guess-
an inch shorter.
Yeah, I guess if you put him like in the middle of the bubble, it'd be fine. But also, he's a Force Ghost. Why does he still need a cane?
Well, yeah, they got clothes too, Dean. But you know, this is weird because it's like I think Zach was saying it on the last episode. Like, this is where you really start to see them relying on the like deep library of ancient parts that they shouldn't still be using. Like this, the Obi-Wan head is like first like 10 figures from the Black Series, and then I think the Anakin head is new, so you'll probably get like our new Episode 3 version as well. But like, you know, you have a new head, an ancient head, and like they're weirdly painted blue, and it's not
Well,
Sebastian Shaw.
I was
so-
gonna say it's not even the first Force Ghost Obi-Wan we've gotten. That was a Walgreens exclusive.
Yeah.
So it's like,
These, you know, I just don't like the sparkly blue fabric. It doesn't do it for me. But anyways,
yeah. I hate it.
Moving on, we got the Star Wars Black Series Gaming Greats Darth Maul Old Master, $24.99, due out fall. So what game did this come out in? Or is this just a stylized version?
I
well,
have no
it's
idea.
well, basically, it's how it's supposed. Old Master is how he's referred to in Rebels when he's about 65 years old and he's like training Ezra. So it's kind of like that the Hawaiian shirt Lando, which they call Gaming Greats, but it's really from the Solo movie. I guess he's a playable skin in Battlefront or something, and that's why they're doing that, right? Or does it say the game on the
Yeah,
front?
it says Battlefront 2 right there.
Yeah, so it's just because he's a skin in Battlefront, but it's from Rebels.
Okay. I don't have a Darth Maul in my collection.
I kind of like this one.
I do
I like
too.
I like
but
the saber.
I almost like the Clone Wars one better. Season 8 or whatever it is, the last season of Clone Wars. But this is cool. If I happen to see this in the wild, I'll get it because I don't have a Darth Maul, and I'm not going to actively seek out the Clone Wars one. So, yeah.
Just a side note on this one, it is available for pre-order as of the 11th of this month at GameStop. So he is ready to go if you want to pre-order him. Moving on, we have Star Wars Black Series Doak Ondar, $24.99, also due out this year.
Doc Ondar.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool to see Doc Ondar. But yeah, it's like I don't need it. So I'm fine not owning this.
Well, I think I think in Galaxy's Edge, he's got like a giant beard, which obviously they weren't able to recreate here, which leads me to believe that they'll probably reuse this to do your standard Hammerhead / Momau Nadon from the Cantina, and I would rather have that. So like get on it, guys.
Yeah, there you go. That's a weird exclusion. The beard.
I think maybe it's too thin. They just couldn't do it. I don't think I'm imagining it. I'm pretty sure that's a real thing.
I honestly, I want to see this guy from the Book of Boba Fett with the headgear.
Yeah, he was cool too.
Maybe
Yeah,
they just can't do
I
that
actually
much
really
soft
like that
goods on
character.
it. Like you just get the robe. That's good enough, right?
Yeah, but this is a classic alien race from Star Wars, the Ithorians. It goes back to day one, really, and they have a great, rich Legends expanded universe story about how they're a bunch of hippies who like grow mushrooms and stuff, and they're always being messed with by the Empire, and they have a big role in Knights of the Old Republic as well, and it's just cool to see it finally hitting the Black Series because we haven't had a 3 3/4 for a while.
Yeah, and what Sean Forrester said here in the chat, more aliens is always good. I think so too. I think that's where Star Wars shines, especially in the 3 3/4 inch line. The just amount of aliens you could buy. So to see it in Black Series, yeah, I'm right there with you, Chris. I think it's fucking sweet.
This is going to be available available for pre-order on May the 4th at Shop Disney. Moving into the vintage collection, we have the Star Wars Vintage Collection Tusken Warrior and massive action figures 2-pack, Target exclusive, $27.99. I liked her character. I just don't want her in TVC.
The craziest thing about this is that people have pre-ordered that figure single carded and not received it yet, and now they're announcing this, which are like that'd be annoying if I pre-ordered this. But the little dog, the Massif, is all new, and they haven't put out one of those since 2002 and 3 3/4, so that's cool. But yeah, I mean, I would rather this than the single carded one, that's for sure.
Moving on, we have the Star Wars Vintage Collection Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter vehicle, $131.99, due out this December. Man, after buying this Jazzware, like this is almost a pre-order for me. It's like right there for me. I mean, and then you get the Mando, you get Grogu, you get his jetpack, the Beskar spear,
It's a good Grogu.
and the Darksaber with it. I think this looks great.
Yeah,
I'm
I
in
pre-ordered this. Zach convinced me. I'm not even the biggest N1 Starfighter fan, but it's still around. They haven't blown it up yet. And yeah, it's easier to justify the space.
I wish they would have given us also a sculpted cape, because even with the the Razor Crest, you can get him in the Razor Crest easily with the sculpted cape. I think the soft goods cape looks terrible. That's literally my only complaint.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be sweet. I pre-ordered on BBTS. You don't pay any money down. And if you don't get this before it comes out, I think it's probably going to be a nightmare to get it later. So,
Yeah. I've just always been a fan of the Naboo fighters from Episode 1. I thought those were some of the coolest looking ships that they had came out with at the time. So
That is, you just don't hear sentences like that from guys who don't collect Star Wars. I've always been a fan of the Naboo N1 Starfighter. That's good stuff, man. But I did not pre-order it. If I don't know if I want it necessarily. Like it's like Mandalorian season 3 is just not doing it for me. But if I see it at Toys R Us, I might not be able to resist.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any other choice because they fucking
This is America, baby.
put the HasLab or they put the Razor Crest behind the paywall in the HasLab. So at least they're putting this on the shelf. Fucking assholes.
Well, next month we're gonna find out what the new monolithic Star Wars HasLab is. It's definitely a TVC.
another super chat from Alvin J. Thank you so much, Alvin. I feel like they will overproduce this and it will go on clearance. This is amazing, though.
It's possible. It is possible.
I hope so. I would buy more because it's fucking awesome. You get a carded figure and a great ship. Bro, I would literally buy like.
Yeah, if
5
it
of
goes on
these.
clearance,
If it goes
I
on
would buy
clearance.
another one just to keep it in the box.
Rob says, how long before they do a Grogu inside IG-11? It's probably already on the way.
Yeah. Honestly, if you go on Instagram right now and search for one hard enough, some guy out there has already made it.
Poorly.
And then next
Very
thing we got is
poorly.
the
Whoa.
Star Wars Vintage Collection Moff Giranjardin.
Gergerod.
3 3/4 figure, $16.99, due out this October.
Dean is dying. I don't know if it's because I knew how to say his name.
Okay,
Yeah, you know.
both of the struggle of Sean
Yeah.
saying it, and then I already know this fucking guy's name. Let me help him out. Like
Yeah.
it was brilliant. I love that.
No, I know this
you know
guy.
what?
This
Don't
is the
blame
guy.
me.
So this is the guy who's in charge of the second Death Star when Vader rolls up at the beginning of Return of the Jedi, and he's like, "You better get your act together because the Emperor's coming tomorrow."
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
With the sexy lips, bro. Wait,
What the fuck? That might just be a you thing.
Have you seen that one scene where it's like the background music really matters, and it's Vader, and it's like that love
Oh.
music, and he's like biting his lips, like
Yeah, it's this, right?
because he's nervous.
Yeah. you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And then let me
Sexy ass
butcher
lips,
this again. Star Wars Vintage Collection, is it Neon Noonb? 3 inch,
Neon
3
Gnome.
3/4, $16, also due out in October.
So I think this is a reissue from like 12 years ago, but it's been a while, and it's service. It's it's articulated enough for 3 3/4, so it's fine.
Yeah, I think he's one of those characters. Like, if you like Star Wars, you should have at least one in your collection. So,
Yeah, and for anybody out there who's because it's a great film and it's the 40th anniversary and it's coming back to theaters, you need to remember that when Yen Num is in the Millennium Falcon, he is a hand puppet, like a Muppet or a Sesame Street character. And he's literally a guy sitting under the chair
I
using
know.
his hand like this. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So too bad for all you guys. Right?
oh, you'd love to hear it, dude.
The next thing we got is the Star Wars Vintage Collection Chrysanthemum Book of Boba Fett, $28.99, due out December. I mean, a lot better than the original one, no? Or what do y'all think?
Well, this is 3 3/4, so the other one was Black Series. But yeah, I think they announced it for
Still
both,
better.
and it looks just as good on both. So
Yeah,
it's cool.
That's pretty good.
I love the little fruit. He's holding the fruit from the end, the stupid
The very
ending of the
end.
Book of Boba Fett.
Melanin, bro. Dude, if you know, you know, bro.
Yeah, Chrysanthemum was badass in the comics. To see him come to the screen was really cool. The silver screen, or what do they call the TV? Silver screen?
The flat screen, bro. But when he first showed up, that first episode where the Hutts appeared, oh man, that show could have been so great, but it got a little
Bro.
weird.
Yeah, it got very janky. But yeah, this is to actually get a proper Chrysanthemum is like, thank the Lord, because that first one we got, it was so insulting to me as a collector. I was like, you know what?
And that
You
was
know
the
the-
comic
Eat a
version too, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean they did
They put it in the comic
in a
packaging.
box.
It was a Kid
But-
Bash Chewbacca, basically.
Yeah, kid on a very old Wookiee body that's horrible and like too tall. Well, Chrysanthemum's pretty big, but
Check out all the paint apps on that gun. Can you go back to the shot with the rifle? Like, this is more than you're getting on Black Series these days, man. Like, look
Yeah.
at, there's like little buttons lit up on there. The tip is blue.
bro, I feel like they're using Black Series to fund the TVC line, which is honestly, I think it's fantastic because I love the TVC line, and they abandoned it for so long that they were kind of like, fuck the TVC line. It's not like people don't want this, but I would say a majority of collectors prefer the TVC line. Army building is funner. It's usually cheaper. You got way more characters.
Have you so like I mean we're gonna have to deal with this in like a month, but like have you heard the rumors of what the HasLab is?
What is it? What's the rumor? I wanna
Something
know.
fucking cool. What is it?
I mean I've
Possibly,
heard
what is it?
I've heard from very trustworthy sources that it's the Ghost.
Bro, eat a bag of dicks.
I don't know,
Ghost
man.
from Rebel, Zach, I think, if you're asking.
Yeah.
You're on mute.
Oh,
The Ghost from Rebels is the next HasLab. Is that what you said?
I heard it from somebody I believe.
Because
I
the Ghost
can't say more.
the Ghost is bigger than the Falcon.
It may not. It may not be. It might be Falcon sized, but I think it's a pretty good bet that that's what it's gonna be.
I really don't want to give Hasbro my fucking money, but god damn, I might buy that. Or I might just order it through BBTS and, not
Pay extra?
until it comes out. Yeah, I'll pay extra, but I'm not giving it.
Yeah, I'm just saying they're supposed to announce it on May the 4th, so not too far away. And I don't know, man. I believe who told me that. Let's put it that way.
Who was it?
A credible source.
I'm just fucking with you.
Somebody else in the chat said it too, so it's out
Yeah.
there.
And then the last thing we got for TVC is the Court of Denizen.
Denizens.
Pulse exclusive, $72.99, due out September 15th of this year.
Nice. I need it for my Jabba Palace display when I finally get my Boba Fett's throne room.
Yeah, this is, $72 is a little expensive, but yeah, it's serviceable. I think only maybe the guy on the left might be a reissue.
Yeah, it's reuse on the left, and he came with the piece of the wall where Han Carbonite was on.
Yeah.
So he was never released single carded before, so he's kind of hard to get if you didn't buy that playset.
Yeah, so I think it's a pretty decent release.
Now the one thing, if you go, just one thing that's notable about that set is a couple of these skiff guard. These are like guys who were on the skiffs that nerds have been wanting forever so they can complete their 2 skiffs. So like it's really just a generic dude with like a scarf around his face, but like people have been wanting that guy for like 20 years. It's crazy. Generic Jabba goon dude.
And then the last thing we got for Black Series is the retro card, or the retro Star Wars retro collection, Luke Skywalker Jedi Academy, updated. It's $11.99, due out this fall.
This is silly because it's the same as the retro Return of the Jedi Luke, only it doesn't have the pistol and the cloak is a different color. So why does it exist?
Why does this line exist?
Yeah,
These
also
are
the
all
buy
peg
vintage one.
warmers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
buy
like
the real thing.
I remember the first set that came out, the Luke, Leia, Vader, was very cool. It was like, oh, these are, they remind me of a better time, an innocent age of collecting.
It was a better time, yeah.
And these are very cool. But the second they started making new characters in the style, like Mandalorian, Grogu, fucking what's her name from the Book of Boba Fett, I was like, what even is this? Stop.
This is just the base figure here is identical to the Return of the Jedi one, so it's redundant.
So I'm just gonna run through the legend stuff real quick. If you want to say anything on any of these, just let me know. The first thing we got is the Star Wars exclusive Scarlet Witch.
Star Wars exclusive.
Target exclusive Scarlet Witch from Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, $24.99. I think this looks really cool if you don't have the other one. But I think the what is the book called? Dang it, I can't remember. But I think the book's a nice touch.
Necronomicon.
The next thing is the Avengers 60th anniversary Marvel Legends Grey Hulk with Dr. Banner 2-pack, $61.99. I did pre-order this one. I'm actually really excited for it because I like the original release of the Grey Hulk. This is due out in August. Basically all of the same stuff that the original came out with the exception of Dr. Banner. And it's in that new Beyond Earth's Mightiest packaging. It's the white and blue packaging. The next thing we got is the 60th anniversary Captain Marvel versus Doctor Doom 2-pack, due out in August, $51.99. Nothing really crazy here. I think it's cool. You get the unmasked Doom head sculpt and then the faceplate as well. And then it's still from the Beyond Earth's Mightiest. And then this one's actually pretty cool. It's the Avengers 60th anniversary Marvel Legends Queen Skull or Skrull Queen and Super Skrull 2-pack, $56.99. I think it's cool on this that we're getting the Skrull Queen with the Spider Woman head sculpt, but I still like the Build-A-Figure Super Skrull better. This one's okay, but still Beyond Earth's Mightiest. You guys have anything on these?
I kind of want that one, but not on the rest.
And those should have been taken off. And we want to shout out our 3 pillars, starting with Ian Seaby, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, Chris Letty, David Jones, Sam Gist, Daminator, Joel Bretta, Thomas Clark, Eric Switzer, Six Gun Figs, Badfish, Toy Cartel, Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Krent, Big Fern, Caesar Marokeen, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Babowski, Rick DiGregorio, Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Azucena, Illustrious Rainer, Alad Morgan, Takathri Hua, Derek B, Aris Portillo, Mark Randolph, Alvin J. Thank you, Alvin, for all your great super chats today. You are the sweetest angel tonight. Jazz Carroll, Joe Ridley, Pablo Meza, D-Rock, Matt Clavenger, Seth Tucker, CC3PO, who was also at Celebration, Scott Smith, Don Matan, Jimmy James, Stephen Purchase, Sean Usby, Scott Bradley, Steve and Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Luis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, Gigi the Judgmental, and Brenton Palmer. And the April Patreon benefit is the OFAC podcast celebration 2023. They were also there. Zach, what kind of turnout did they get? Did they get a lot of people come out to them, or what's going on?
I don't know. Chris, did you get a chance to get your sticker?
I tried, man, but they were there. Were they only there 2 days? I think of the 4.
Saturday.
I couldn't make it happen. Yeah.
Oh, you hate to see it. We'll have to mail you one. I don't. It sounded like they didn't see a lot of people. I think most of the people that were there on Sunday that were listeners of theirs. So they did have a lot extra. I don't know what they're gonna do with them. So something about this sticker, it may actually get pushed to June, July. Ian sent me the stickers like 3 weeks ago and they haven't got here yet. So I don't know what's going on with that. As a worst case, it'll be the Papa Ox magnet and the Brenton Question of the Week sticker as a substitute, which we plan for all these eventualities. So it's not a big deal. Yeah, I think they did see like a handful of people, but you know, we're still like a growing channel, as it were. So,
and if you want to become a Patreon, you can get the hot seat for $5. You get all the digital benefits, Ox After Dark, Patreon chat, and the weekly shout outs. Sweet Angel at $7.50. This includes stickers sent straight to your door. access to Ox After Dark replays. Stickers will be sent every other month. Certified Crispy for $15. You get the Certified Crispy certificate on first pledge. Assistant with figure fixes on Zach, but message him beforehand. And the benefits of the previous tiers. International postage will be charged at cost. And the final one is the What a Guy at $25. This will include the exclusive Pog Deluxe set on first pledge, double of all the stickers we send, and the benefits of the previous tiers. International postage above $5 will be charged at cost for the stickers. And then we have our YouTube members with Mojo Z78, Absolute Irwin, LV Avenger 702, OMFG Rick, S Beam, Andreas IB, Daminator, Sam Giss, Thomas Clark, Benjamin Hansen, Chris V, Big Ol' Fern, Cram, Alvin J. Thank you again, man. You are amazing. OG Fan, Mark Pearson, Ben Thomas, Paul Schreiber, Andrew Gibo, CC3PO, Carlito, CT603, Eddie Mendez, B Chan, Fat Batman, Justin Sports Card Museum, Philip the Full, Kinky Sphincter, Universal Key, Eclectic Collector, Takathri, Single Songwriter, Jake, Zeke, Equan, Everyday Collector, DJ, Toy Cartel, KJ Smith, Adrian Aguirre, Knight, Slifer, and Baby Boy 562. And if you want to become a member, it is the Patreonies only is 99 cents, and the Peanut Gallery is $2.99. And then we have all of our shows: Collecting Weekly Unboxing, which was on Monday, Collecting Weekly the live show on Tuesdays, Ox After Dark on Wednesdays, and then you got Small Talk this week. Next week you'll get OFACT. Are we still on schedule for OFACT, or are they gonna do something different?
Yeah, so I didn't catch the end of their show, so I don't know exactly what's happening. It's my understanding it should be on schedule. Or worst case, they'll take that off and then they'll be back when the cycle gets back to it again. So I don't know 100%. I want to say everything should be back on schedule.
And then we got Collectors Club on Friday, along with the reissue show, Question of the Week with Brenton, and then Bricks and Brews and Pose Wars. And that is everything we got for you guys today. Guys, any shout outs?
Not necessarily. I know one of our new listeners, Austin Nichols, started a YouTube channel. He was in the chat earlier, so be sure to check out his channel. Shout out to Alvin for the generosity and the super chats. Appreciate that for sure. But yeah, no, I mean, the chat today was fantastic as per usual. Sean, you did a really good job hosting, so yeah, it's a good show.
Hey, yeah,
Appreciate
I
that.
just want to throw in there another podcast I help out with is the Vintage Rebellion, and they are going to be posting their HoloNet stage live episode from Celebration on the YouTube channel in the next couple days. So if you like the crusty old vintage Star Wars collectibles, you should check that out over there and subscribe at the Vintage Rebellion podcast on YouTube.
Noise.
Dean, anything, man?
No, not for me.
Thank you to Alvin J for making dreams come true today. And thank you to, what'd you say, Zach? Almost 45? Were we at 45 listeners
It
today?
was up to like 50 at one point, yeah.
50 at one point. So
Cool.
thank you
Not
to
bad, not bad.
all you great viewers, and the chat was awesome as well. Thank you for putting up for my horrible pronunciations of everything. But guys, we will see you in about 2 weeks. Be safe, and we'll see you next time on the next show.